Good evening and welcome to the August 16, 2017 legislative session of the Town Board. I'll officially call the meeting to order, and I'll ask that everyone please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and I'll ask our clerk to please call the roll.
Cole? Here. LaFountain?
Here.
Metzler?
Here.
Moore?
Here.
Quinn is absent.
All right, thank you very much. The first order of business this evening is a public hearing, and I will ask our clerk to please read that formal notice.
To consider a conditional use permit to allow the conversion of a pre-existing non-conforming industrial building to a climate-controlled storage facility at 1385 Empire Boulevard. The legal notice was published in the Penfield Post on July 27, 2017, posted on the town's website and town clerk's bulletin board. 5 postcards were mailed.
Great, thank you. And at this point, normally I would ask our legal counsel if this was properly before the board. He is absent this evening. However, I did have an opportunity to speak with him, and he has assured me that this matter is properly before the board. So with that, the floor is yours. We do have a packet of material that was submitted on your behalf for this proposal, to include a letter of intent, the short environmental assessment form, and a number of pictures of the site. So the board does have that information. And with that, if you wouldn't mind identifying yourself for the record and telling us a little bit about what you have planned for the site.
Okay, my name is Linda Bykirk for Empire Storage. And like you said, Empire, 1385 Empire Boulevard, and we have a 4,000 square foot building built in 1969 that normally is divided, and we've used it for industrial purposes for contractors. And we've had a lot of vacancies for a long time now, so we're trying to think of different options if the need be. If we have a, we'd like the option to be able to change that, the whole building, if we needed to climate control, and then divide it accordingly to what people would need. And then we try to match, well, we would match the color little by little, you know, with the mini warehouse colors to have everything blend.
Okay, so probably by way of a little bit of history, you know, you and your family have done a lot of work down in that area in and around mini storage. That's kind of an extension of the business that you had down there. And what might be helpful is to give us an idea of what you have there today and kind of what your plan is as you move forward, not only adding some additional units, but then, you know, if this works out with climate control, what is, you know, ultimately the plan for that if that were successful and you were to move forward with that?
Well, right now we have, we store both.
So, Lynn, I'm going to ask you if you would just speak into the mic.
Oh,
yeah, thank
okay.
you.
Okay.
My friends
Can you hear me
downstairs,
now?
yeah, we just we tape this, and folks that can't come in at least have the opportunity to see and hear your voice.
Okay. Anyway, so we have a lot of boats. So we have over 300 tenants, and boat storage, camper storage, a lot of camper storage. We have from a long time ago. We still have van boxes. You know, storage. That's how we started with van boxes. He bought trailers and van boxes, and then eventually he did the mini warehouses. We have shop spaces that normally paving contractors, landscape companies did that in the front area, and the back is all the storage area. So now, you know, he's trying, so everything's like divided now, right now, that he has all the boats and campers in one area, then the mini warehouse over here, and then where the shop spaces are, to try to make it a little nicer, I would say. Try to update it, try to make it look more appealing. And it was another idea, because a lot of people like storage, different, even if it's a small little area. So we thought, well, it's been vacant for so long, never been this long that it's been vacant. That one, it's been like almost 10 months, which is a long time. So part of it. So we thought, well, maybe little by little we'll start doing maybe an 800 square foot section, or start with 1,600 and divide it and see if the need is there. And if, you know, if they say it's not that hard to do what we would have to do for that one building, and then see where the demand is. That's how we, you know, the mini warehouses are going well. So it was just another part of the mini warehouses, let's say, and if that goes well, then maybe he talked about maybe doing a climate control mini warehouse, you know, but we're going to have to try something slowly.
Walk before you run.
So are you looking to increase the current footprint at all of the building, or is this all modifications of the current square
Yes,
footage, the current
Yes.
current
yes.
boundaries of the building?
The only
remains?
thing we would do, he said, there's a take down a non-structural center wall. He said we have to add air conditioning units and dividers, and then paint it, the outside.
So from the outside, it will look the same size-wise?
Yes,
and- okay.
yes. Except for the doors. I mean, we're going to have to put little doors in there,
Yeah.
depending if you're doing little mini warehouses.
The garage
Because
type.
right now, we have like 10-foot by 18-foot overhead doors for the shops. So that would be a little different. And I'm not sure if we're going to keep that and then just do the side doors. We don't know yet until we, as I say, if we can, we'd rather just stay what we're doing. If we can get people in there who, good tenants, and want to be, you know, what we've been doing all these years, the same thing. Or we do want the option in case we, yeah, let's give it a try and try that.
So the one thing I will say that there has been a tremendous amount of cleanup that has been done on the site, and I know that you've been working with Mr. Costello, your son and your father have been working with Mr. Costello, so it's good to see that evolve. The mini storage has been a very popular thing, and I know that in talking with a number of folks, that climate control is a key element of that as well. And because you're not adding to the site, but enhancing or improving that, and maybe taking it from a heavy industrial use to something that is more what I'll call commercial and in keeping with that district.
Correct.
So, okay, great. Board questions or comments for the applicant?
Not any.
Okay. So sit tight for just a minute, if you will. I will ask, is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the board on this particular matter? And again, it's 1385 Empire Boulevard, climate control storage. Okay, seeing none. Mr. Costello, is there anything from the staff standpoint that you believe should be added to the record that the board hasn't already received in the materials submitted or through the questioning tonight? Okay, great. Any additional input for us before you end your presentation tonight?
No.
Okay, so let's talk about next steps. The next time the board will have an opportunity to discuss this matter will be next Wednesday, 7 o'clock. We'll do it right here in this room, in the back of the room at a work session. Certainly you're welcome, or any other member of your family is welcome to come in, listen to the discussion of the board. You can also watch it on PCTV or live stream, whatever's easiest for you.
I believe Stephen will be here next
Okay,
week, he said,
great.
so.
All right?
Okay,
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, we'll move on to the next part of our agenda. That's communications and announcements, and this evening I will start with our town clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This is a save the date announcement. The Friends of the Penfield Public Library will be holding their annual used book sale event from September 12th, September 12th through the 16th at the Community Center on Baird Road. More details on the times, prices, and specials are to come. This is the 41st year of the book sale, and as always, proceeds will be used to help the Penfield Library be the best it can be. Again, the annual library used book sale event will be September 12th through the 16th at the Community Center.
All right, thank you. Councilwoman Metzler.
I have one exciting announcement this evening. In the last few weeks, there has been activity happening at Rothfuss Park, you may have noticed, as truckloads of dinosaur-themed playground components are being put into place for the new Jack's Place playing area. Jack's Place is sponsored by the Jack Foundation in memory of Jack Highlandman, who loved dinosaurs. The grand opening of this facility is scheduled for Sunday, August 27th, beginning at noon. This one-of-a-kind playground hopes to draw interest from all of our young residents and will expand the fun and education that is currently available at Rothfuss Park. The park is located at 1648 5 Mile Line Road, just north of Atlantic Avenue. Details about the Jack Foundation can be found at jack-foundation.org.
Thank you. And if I could ask you to put on your Councilman Quinn's hat,
Sure.
please.
One further announcement, I'll lower my voice. The American Red Cross will be holding a blood drive on Wednesday, August 30th from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Penfield Community Center. Walk-ins are welcome, however, eligible donors are encouraged to schedule an appointment ahead of time to give blood. To schedule your life-saving appointment, please contact 1-800-RED-CROSS or visit www.redcrossblood.org and use the sponsor keyword Penfield Community Center, all one word.
Great.
Thank
Thank you very much. I have a couple of announcements. The first one is with regards to the 2018 budget process. We're currently underway with our budget process. The finance director and myself have met with all of our department heads. Thank you again for our department heads for being good stewards of the town's budget and town residents' money. We've been starting to meet with the town board to review that, and we will have the tentative budget presented to the town board at our September 6, 2017 legislative session. And the budget will be available online at penfield.org, as it always is. You can go on there now and see the schedule of events for the budget. The second item is that the Penfield Town offices and the library will be closed on Monday, September 4th in observance of Labor Day. And last but not least, Panorama Trail is scheduled to be closed between Huntington Meadow and Mountain Road starting Monday, August 21st, this coming Monday, through Wednesday, August 23rd, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. This closure is required to replace 280 feet of storm drainage pipe that will run essentially from Panorama Trail down over the hill and into the valley of Panorama. So again, Monday, the August 21st through Wednesday, the 23rd, there are signboards that are notifying the residents of that as well. Mr. Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. The town's annual Taste in the Blues event will be held on Saturday, September 16th at the Penfield Amphitheater. This event will be held from noon to 4 p.m. and include a free chili judging contest, Genesee Brew House beer samplings, and music performance on the Kiwanis stage by Steve Grills and the Roadmasters. Anyone with a favorite chili recipe is welcome to enter their dish for a chance to win a prize package in both the People's Choice and the Judges category. Registration forms and complete rules for the chili contest are available at penfieldrec.org, the Recreation Office, or the 2017 Fall Brochure. Joe Beard will perform as special guest in his classic blues again. Again, Taste in the Blues will be held on Saturday, September 16th from noon to 4 p.m. at the Penfield Amphitheater. It's always a well-attended event. Weather has always been pretty good, and the supervisor's chili has always been top-notch. Second announcement. Yeah. Except he never wins. The Penfield Recreation's 2017 brochure is now available at penfieldrec.org. Be sure to check out all the new programs that are offered over the next few months, with registration beginning September 5th for Penfield residents. Early registration is available for programs of high community interest, so don't miss out and go to penfieldrec.org and sign up. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Cole.
I have two announcements. On Saturday, September 9th, join the Penfield Trails Committee for a guided hike in Channing Philbrook Park. Beginning at 9 a.m., Town Historian Kathy Knauer will join the hike to present details on the life and accomplishments of our town founder, Daniel Penfield, who settled his home and business in the historic Four Corners along Arundecoit Creek. Meet at the pavilion in the lower section of the park, followed by the hike signs. Philbrook Park is located west of the Four Corners off Route 441. To pre-register for this free event, call Recreation Office at 340-8655, option 6. And my other announcement is that my next community chat for September is Tuesday, September 19th from 5:30 to 7 in the new book area at the library. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll move on to public participation. There are two opportunities to address the board on any matter at this time, and then again at the end of our formal agenda. You can do that one of three ways. If you're here in the audience, you can address the board right here at the podium. You can call in at 340-8771, or you can log on at penfield.org, and I'll get the message right up here on the printer. And with that, I'll ask our clerk, has anyone signed up to speak or address the board on any matter?
Yes, Lexi Popovich.
Lexi, welcome.
Just just want to first thank the supervisor and the board for allowing me to speak tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming in.
Of course. My name is Lexi Popovich, and I work for the Smoking and Health Action Coalition of Monroe County. Specifically, I work on tobacco control policies, and tonight I will be talking about tobacco-free outdoors, and that's an initiative we work on, and I talk to different municipalities about that.
Okay.
Tobacco is the #1 preventable cause of death and disease in this country, killing more people than alcohol, AIDS, car accidents, illegal drugs, murders, and suicides combined. Annually in New York State, 3,000 people will die from secondhand smoke exposure, and 8,000 youth under 18 this year will become daily new smokers. An estimated 390,000 New York State kids alive today will die prematurely from smoking. The average age for a new smoker is now 13 years old. Tobacco-free grounds and outdoor policies provide numerous benefits to the public. They reduce exposure to secondhand smoke and reduce a person's risk of developing serious life-threatening diseases. They ensure a healthy environment and provide clean and safe breathing air. And they also limit cigarette butt pollution and litter. They help denormalize tobacco use, which also helps reduce youth smoking initiation. Secondhand smoke is listed as a Class A carcinogen that contains over 7,000 chemicals and 70 cancer-causing agents. Secondhand smoke increases non-smokers' risks of developing heart disease and lung cancer by 20 to 30%. Exposure to secondhand smoke is linked to a wide range of serious health problems, including heart disease, cancer, stroke, and premature death. Half of all children ages 3 to 18 years old in this country are exposed to cigarette smoke. They experience more ear infections, asthma attacks, respiratory infections, and also miss more days of school. Cigarette butts remain the most littered item in the U.S., with over 175 million pounds littered each year. 65% of all cigarette butts are littered. They are not biodegradable, and they are toxic pollutants. They reduce the quality of life of the community, property values decrease, and the ingestion of these toxic materials are dangerous to children and animals at various parks and playgrounds. They decrease the appeal of public spaces, and they also create higher maintenance costs. They pose serious and dangerous fire hazard risk as well. The U.S. Surgeon General acknowledges youth are more likely to use tobacco if they see tobacco use is acceptable or normalized in tobacco outdoor areas. Adolescents are particularly susceptible to the rewarding effects of nicotine, causing 3 out of 4 young smokers to continue smoking into adulthood. With almost 90% of all adult smokers starting by the age of 18, it is imperative to encourage tobacco-free laws and norms. There are over 515 municipalities around New York State that have passed regulations restricting tobacco use in outdoor recreational areas. The town of Ogden, Rush, Henrietta, Wheatland, and the village of Brockport and Scottsville, as well as the city of Rochester, have all gone tobacco-free. Recently, the city of Buffalo has as well passed this. The town of Penfield manages and maintains over 10 parks, over 15 miles of trails, recreational spaces, lodges, and green space. A policy would fit the health culture of the town. It would set a precedent for all students educated in the town. It would protect the environment from cigarette butt litter, and it would prevent dangerous secondhand smoke exposure, while also creating a safer community and quality of life for all residents and visitors. Our youth deserve to play in a safe environment, free from asthma triggers, secondhand smoke, and cigarette butt litter. Additionally, e-cigarettes have doubled in the past 2 years for high schoolers in New York. The use of e-cigarettes is highly correlated with dual usage with combustible and other tobacco products. In Monroe County alone, 24% of all youth are either using cigarettes, cigars, or e-cigarettes. And a recent survey showed that 51% of those youth have tried to quit in the past month. Including e-cigarettes and tobacco-free policies helps prevent youth use in public spaces and lowers the social acceptability of these products. In conclusion, the town of Penfield holds strong values for community safety, cleanliness, and recreation. To keep public health at the forefront of the community, it is imperative to provide policies that support and enhance a health-conscious and sustainable community. If a community is not establishing tobacco-free norms, then they're upholding pro-tobacco acceptance, primarily in spaces used to promote healthy and active lifestyles. It will protect employees, visitors, families, youth, pets, and wildlife. And it will also prevent secondhand smoke dangers, environmental pollution, and help prevent secondhand exposure as well to youth. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. And here on the bottom, you've got all of your information, email, phone number, and
Yep.
can be a resource
Yeah.
for us as we look at this material, and then certainly look to consider having a no smoking policy in our parks, in our green
Sure.
spaces.
Okay,
Great.
great.
Excellent.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
Just
thank
reach
you.
out whenever.
All right.
And I'll be more than
Appreciate-
insist you have a lot of
appreciate,
materials.
Appreciate your time, and thank
Yeah.
you for being here tonight.
Of course, thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
again.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll ask our clerk, is there anyone else that had signed up to address the board on any matter this evening?
No, we do not have anyone.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to additions and deletions, and I'll recognize Mr. Moore, if I could, please.
Sure, Mr. Supervisor. I have two additions to the agenda this evening. One is Resolution 17T-164, titled Accepting Dedication and Ownership of Playground at Rothfuss Park. Second resolution is 17T-165, titled Authorization to Attend the New York State Building Officials Conference and the New York State Fire Marshals Inspectors Association Conference. Thank you.
I second those additions.
All right, and I'll just ask for a roll, because it's been moved and seconded to add those. I'd ask for a roll call vote of approval for that, if I could, please.
Cole?
Aye.
The Fountain?
Aye.
Metzler?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
4 ayes.
Great, thank you. Those will be added under new business. We'll move on to approval of the minutes of July 19th, 2017, and would entertain a motion of approval for those minutes.
I move the minutes of July 19 be approved.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Any discussion by the board? Seeing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote.
Cole?
Aye.
The Fountain?
Aye.
Metzler?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
4 ayes.
Since the last meeting, has the board or town clerk received any petitions? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to resolution by function, starting with law and finance.
Appointment of school tax collector for the 2017 and 2018 school year for the Wayne Central School District.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas Section 37 of Town Law of the State of New York provides that collection of school taxes in first-class towns is the duty of the town's receiver of taxes and assessments unless a resolution is adopted by the town board to convey this responsibility to the tax collector appointed by the town board of education. Appointed by the Board of Education. Whereas the tax receiver is appointed by Wayne Central School District as the school tax collector for the Wayne Central School District portion of the town of Penfield for the 2017-18 school year. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby approves the appointment of Mrs. Kathy Herzog as school tax collector for the Wayne Central School District portion of properties located in the town of Penfield. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion. Seeing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Cole?
Aye.
The Fountain?
Aye.
Metzler?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
4 ayes. 2017 budget transfers, recreation, and town court.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas the Recreation Director requires transfer of funds from youth programs to 4th of July celebration. Whereas the Town Justice requires additional funds for upcoming trial expenses. Whereas the Town Board desires to have an up-to-date budget in relation to current income and expenditures, now therefore be it resolved that the following 2017 budget transfer be approved. From youth swim instructions to the 4th of July celebration in the amount of $160.98, and regular contingency to court stenographer in the amount of $1,800. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, roll call vote.
Cole?
Aye.
The Fountain?
Aye.
Metzler?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
4 ayes. 2017 budget amendment for PAVE New York and Extreme Winter Recovery, EWR, from New York State.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas the town of Penfield received an apportionment of funds as part of local PAVE New York and also received funds as part of the extreme weather recovery. Whereas the town board desires to have an up-to-date budget in relation to income and expenditures. Now therefore be it resolved that the 2017 budget amendment be approved for highway funds as follows. Under state aid in the amount of $84,450.19, be revised to $84,450.19. under Highway Fund appropriation under Pave New York and the Extreme Winter Recovery in the amount of $84,450.19. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
4 ayes. Setting an informal neighborhood discussion meeting regarding the possible development of 2 apartment buildings totaling 36 units at 1211 Empire Boulevard.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas Jack Howitt, on behalf of Howitt Bayview LLC at 1211 Empire Boulevard, requests an informal neighborhood discussion with the town board regarding possible development of 2 apartment buildings totaling 36 units on 4 acres at 1211 Empire Boulevard. The property is owned by Howlett Bayview LLC and is in the LaSalle Landing Development District, R120. Be it resolved that the town board of the town of Penfield shall hold an informal discussion, now that's not a public hearing, but an informal discussion at the Penfield Town Hall on September 6th at 7 p.m. to consider said development of the 2 apartment buildings. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
4 ayes. Awarding the contract for the catch basin replacement project.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas sealed proposals were sought and requested in the manner prescribed by law to furnish the Department of Public Works with quotes to remove and replace catch basins in the town of Penfield per bid specifications. And whereas on Monday, July 24, 2017, the following sealed proposals were received, open, and read publicly. AP Property Services. The bid proposal received from AP Property Services was the lowest proposal received, which meets the town's needs and meets or exceeds all of the town's bid specifications. Whereas the funds for these services are available in the 2017 DPW highway budget, now therefore be it resolved that the contract is awarded to AP Property Services to furnish catch basin replacements per the town of Penfield's bid specification. This resolution and the bid submitted by AP Property Services shall constitute the contract. This agreement is to be reviewed and approved by the town attorney.
Thank you. Discussion?
I would just note that within the resolution, the other bids, including the bid we're awarding tonight, the contract we're awarding tonight, the prices are set forth, and this is the lowest bid submitted.
Okay, thank you. Seeing no further discussion, roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
4 ayes. Authorization for supervisor to sign recreation contracts.
So moved.
Second.
This resolution authorizes the town supervisor to sign 9 recreation contracts, and the recreation contracts dealing with programs upcoming in our fall programs.
Okay, thank you. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
4 ayes.
Is there any old business to come before the board this evening? Seeing none, we have new business, and I'll ask our clerk to please read the new business resolutions.
Accepting dedication and ownership of playground at Rothfuss Park.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas Andrew J. Heiligman, on behalf of the Jack Foundation, approached the town of Penfield with a proposal to design, fund, build, and donate a dinosaur-themed playground at Rothfuss Park at 1648 5 Mile Line Road to honor the life of Jack Heiligman. Whereas Andrew J. Heiligman entered into a certain playground, equipment, and installation agreement with Bear Playgrounds on or before May 18, 2017, for the purchase and installation of this wonderful new playground asset at Rothfuss Park, effective August 27, 2017. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Penfield accepts dedication and ownership of this very magnificent and state-of-the-art playground that will be enjoyed by our youngest residents for decades to come. Be it further resolved that the town board on behalf of the town of Penfield accepts assignment of the playground agreement and authorizes the supervisor to enter into an assignment agreement with Andrew J. Heiligman to effectuate and assign the assignment in the form annexed hereto. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board wants to recognize and thank the Jack Foundation and the Heiligman family for their generosity and for dreaming really big. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion. Seeing no further discussion, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
4 ayes. Authorization to attend the New York State Building Officials Conference and the New York State Fire Marshals Inspectors Association Conference.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas New York State Fire Marshals and Inspectors Association Conference is to be held on September 6th and 7th in Liverpool, New York. Whereas the New York State Building Officials Conference is to be held September 27th, 28th, 29th, again in Liverpool, New York. Whereas attendance at both conferences provides professional training and necessary hours for building code recertification. Now therefore be it resolved that Heidi Bowl, Penfield Building Zoning Fire Marshal Department is hereby authorized to attend the 2017 New York State Building Officials Conference and the 2017 New York State Fire Marshal and Inspectors Association Conference. The funds to attend these conferences are included in the 2017 budget and will not exceed $500 for both conferences. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion. Seeing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
4 ayes.
This brings us to our second public participation. Again, if you're here in the audience, you can address the board by coming forward to the podium. You can call in at 340-8771, or you can log on at penfield.org. Seeing no one in the audience and no calls and no further business to come before the board this evening, the August 16th, 2017 meeting stands adjourned at 7:35 p.m. The next legislative meeting will be held September 6, 2017, and again, at that time, the tentative budget will be presented to the board. Have a great evening. Thank you, PCTV.